Welcome to this explainer. Right now, operating quietly in the background of almost every transaction you make online, there's this invisible architecture. It's silently shifting numbers, analyzing your habits, and, well, calculating your absolute limits. Today, we're going to look at exactly how companies use your dynamic data to charge you different prices. Have you ever wondered why two people can buy the exact same product on the exact same day from the exact same company, but pay completely different prices? It's a scenario that literally plays out millions of times a day. Picture this. You and a colleague are sitting right next to each other. You both pull out your phones, open the same app, and look up the exact same item. But when you hit the checkout screen, your price is higher. I want you to understand something right out of the gate here. This is not a glitch. It's not a server error, and it's definitely not a coincidence. This discrepancy is a deliberate, highly calculated strategy engineered by some of the world's most powerful corporations. Let's ground this in reality we all know too well. Imagine person A and person B are booking the exact same flight to New York, or, say, reserving the exact same hotel room in Chicago. Person A logs in and secures a nice, low standard rate. Just moments later, person B attempts to book that very same itinerary, but boom, they're hit with a heavily inflated price. The service is identical, the seat on the plane is exactly the same, the thread count on the hotel sheets is the same, yet the financial output for person B is significantly higher. This pricing illusion feels incredibly unfair, right? And that's because it totally undermines our fundamental expectation of how commerce is actually supposed to work. So let's dive right into the mechanics behind this strategy in Section 1, the price tag illusion. For generations, we lived in a world of flat rate pricing. You walked into a physical store, looked at a physical tag, and, well, that was the price for everyone. But that era, it's effectively dead. In its place, companies now use what economists call price discrimination. Basically, it's the strategy of charging different customers varying prices for the exact same good or service based entirely on an estimation of what each specific customer is willing to pay. The driving force here isn't necessarily some malicious corporate intent, but rather a highly calculated economic architecture that has completely replaced the static price tag. Let's look at how this actually plays out across the economy in Section 2, dynamic pricing in action. The evidence for this is absolutely overwhelming across virtually every sector. Airlines and hotels use pricing triggers that just fluctuate wildly based on booking windows and seasonal demand. And Uber? Their entire model is built on dynamic surge pricing. If a concert just ended, their algorithm instantly detects that demand spike and multiplies your fare. But it definitely doesn't stop at travel. E-commerce stores are actively adjusting prices based on your browsing history, and streaming subscriptions use geographic data to charge completely different monthly fees depending entirely on your location. So you're probably wondering, how do they know exactly when to raise the price on you? That brings us to Section 3, how algorithms track you. It all comes down to an immense volume of digital data points that form your unique consumer profile. Your location and zip code instantly signal a presumed income level to these systems, and your device type, that is heavily weighted. Data repeatedly shows that users browsing on premium smartphones or high-end laptops are often shown higher prices than your standard desktop users. The system remembers your past purchases and your brand loyalty. Even the time of day really matters. Are you desperately booking a late-night flight or just casually browsing on a Sunday afternoon? Literally every single click is categorized and ultimately monetized. All of this invasive data collection serves one singular, highly lucrative purpose. The ultimate goal is feeding predictive algorithms designed to calculate your maximum threshold. See, they aren't trying to find a fair price. They are trying to predict exactly what you, individually, are willing to pay right before you abandon that checkout cart. It's essentially a massive psychological game of chicken played by supercomputers, specifically designed to extract the absolute maximum amount of dollars from your wallet. Which leads us to ask, why go through all of this immense effort? Let's step into the boardroom for Section 4. The corporate profit motive. The absolutely crucial point here is understanding the fundamental divide between corporate interests and consumer reality. For the companies, the benefits are astronomical. By capturing all segments of the market, charging higher prices to those who can afford it, while dropping prices just enough to capture the budget-conscious shoppers, they maximize their profits to levels previously thought impossible. It's a massive financial windfall. But let's look at the downsides for us, the customers. For the everyday consumer, this results in a total lack of pricing transparency. It creates a really frustrating reality where you are consistently at risk of overpaying simply because an algorithm decided you had the budget for it that day. But you aren't completely helpless against these algorithms. Let's pivot to some fast, actionable defense tactics in Section 5, How to Beat the System. You are not entirely defenseless here. Consider this your clear sequential playbook to obscure your digital trail. Step 1. Always compare prices across different platforms. Never just assume the first price you see is the baseline. Step 2. Use incognito or private browsing modes and clear those cookies. You literally have to blind the algorithm to your past browsing history. Step 3. Check prices on different devices. If you're shopping on a brand new premium smartphone, go verify the price on an older laptop. You might honestly be shocked by the difference. And Step 4. Shop at different times. Avoid booking during peak panic hours or high traffic periods. By simply changing your behavior, you can actually disrupt their predictive models. Ultimately, to directly answer the core premise of this explainer, uniform pricing simply leaves too much money on the table. Companies secretly charge different prices because, well, in the modern business landscape, maximizing profit through dynamic data analysis is vastly more important to their bottom line than treating every single customer exactly the same. Fairness has basically been completely replaced by efficiency. And that leaves us with a pretty critical realization. Every single time you accept a cookie, share your location, or browse on your high-end phone, you are handing over the very ammunition used to inflate the prices you pay. So, as you navigate this modern digital economy, I really want you to ask yourself, how much is your personal data truly costing you? Keep your data close, keep your browsing private, and never ever take a price tag at face value again.